Abundance is a celebration of life, as that helps us to see all the blessings around us. Hi everyone, I am Radhika Mangal and welcome to Whip with radssRadhika. So today our niche is all about I am abundant, a positive mind affirmation. So to enlighten this and elaborate it, today we have a senior consultant at Mercedes-Benz, the very brilliant Yash Awidra. Hi Yash and welcome to Whip with radssRadhika.
Hi Radhika, how are you?
Same, fine. Thank you so much and pleasure to have you. So, Yash, today our niche is all about I am abundant, a positive mind affirmation. So, first of all, I would love to know from you what is an abundant mindset?
So abundant mindset can be seen as someone who will be looking to, look for more opportunities or, enhance his or her career in a larger way or in a wider way. So there is always a debate between, you want to be a perfectionist in one field or you want to, pursue different skill set at a time. So I think to answer your question, abundant would be to pursue, different skill sets and to just grow your career in different fields. That I think, according to me, is abundant.
But we all say that we can be master only in one field. We want to capture many hands in different fields. So how to have that mindset that we need to capture different moments at different hands in different fields and be the master of one?
Correct. Yeah. So I'll just give my example because I did my BTech in IT, and then so on. I started my career with IBM, and then I'm in Mercedes because that is the time which I give from Monday to Friday. But there is a weekend, right? So in weekend, what we can do, we can always go for our hobbies. So I have my hobbies like stand-up comedy. I do LinkedIn coaching. I do investing, and so on. So that is particularly dependent on an individual, right? Many people won't allow himself or herself to go in different fields. They just want to retain in one field, right?
Yeah.
But according to me, if you ask me, I'll be pretty comfortable to pursue different fields and just have a knowledge of each of them. One of the more example which I always give my colleagues who ask me about my growth in LinkedIn, because I see many people who just sit beside and look like an audience. They don't want to engage in that field. They don't want to take that extra step so that they can be master of that skill. Maybe it could be lack of confidence, maybe it could be lack of time, anything could be it. But I see many people held back just don't allow themselves to be master of many skills.
Exactly.
So
you said it very well. We all know the difference between the passion and profession, but we only stick only to the profession side rather than pursuing the passion side. And the hard fact is, if we start pursuing the passion, then it acts an icing on the cake if we start earning money from our passion side, because that's our passion and that's the full 24 hours we love to do that work. But we all are engaging in towards the profession side, right?
yeah, perfectly said. Because I think if you see your profession or whatever you are pursuing, you are a student, right? But we all live in 20th century, and going forward you'll be definitely needing a passive income, right? You can't rely on your active income itself. So whatever you are doing, you are initialize your podcast, you are also engaging with audience, you are building a community for yourself. It's a great step, because when I was a student I didn't know about all this. I did know about this in my later half. So this is a good step because now the generation needs that passive income. Considering the growth of inflation we are in right now, we do need to pursue different skills, and we do need to pursue different skills in order to sustain and build a good life for ourselves. So that's what I think. And
If we talk about the God's abundance grace, we all say that by God's mercy or God's grace is there. Is that money will be very easy and that it will come to us effectively and easily, that we don't need to chase money? If you're talking about I'm abundant. So is it like that?
I think to a point I can agree, because someone's skills or someone's what should I say, talent can lead them to a certain level, but after a point of time that will also have to be backed up with your effort, right? So your talent can be pursued, your skills can be pursued to a point, but you still have to put your effort into it, right?
Yeah.
God abundance can be handy, and I also believe in God's mercy, right? I'm a great believer of God, and I think whatever I am today is because of His mercy. But after that, after considering and acknowledging that, I still put a lot of effort into my skills. I put a lot of effort into my content. I put a lot of effort into my job, just to grow in my job also.
Yeah.
So that all comes handy if you have your God skills, God abundance, and if you put your effort also. So if you combine both of them, you'll be doing a great in your career, professionally, or in your hobbies.
Exactly. We need to be grateful at each and every moment of our life. And in today's time, we are forgetting that gratefulness. We are so selfish कि जो भी आ रहा है बस वो मेरे लिए आए rather than किसी और के लिए आए.
Right.
Right. Rather than
Yeah.
saying thanks, we only say the complaints towards the God. कि ऐसा क्यों नहीं. Right. So Yash,
Correct.
there's one MCQ question and you have to choose one option between the two. All right. The
Okay.
question is, what's the best that can be paired with abundance affirmation? Number one is that I am victorious, or number two is that I am worthy and deserving all good.
I'll go with the second one, because worthy could be one thing that you can achieve and you can pursue over a time, because no one will be worthy in when they're born, right? You have to build yourself in such a way that you become worthy for that particular position. You have to be the top notch and the top.
And Yash, abundance is something which we call it as a celebration of life, right? So it's already said that we need to praise our life rather than to cry. Just smile at your life. So how you celebrate your life and how to celebrate our life? What's your mantra towards celebrating life?
Yeah. So celebration can be seen in different ways. One try to celebrate within themselves. They try to just celebrate within themselves, with their family, with their colleagues. My theory, or my subjection of celebration, to just give it back. So whatever I've gone through, whatever things I've achieved, I try to give it back to the society. That's the formula that I pursue when I think of celebration. Currently, also what I'm doing on LinkedIn is basically, you've seen my content, so I try to engage and help and collaborate with different colleagues who are still trying very hard to get a job, or to get a growth in their job, or who are trying to pursue their passion but they couldn't due to time management. So what I do is I try to consult them, I try to help them, and whatever I get, like blessing or their wishes, that's the kind of celebration I will take in.
Yeah, I can see you're booming over LinkedIn. You have got such a good amount of engagement over LinkedIn. You're already a star over there.
No, right. Don't say that, because I think I started 2 months ago when I switched. And when I switched, I thoroughly believed, because I didn't had any support or guidance when I switched from IBM to Mercedes. So I know the feeling that student go through, or a professional go through, while switching, or while growing in their career. So that's what I was trying to achieve, to help other colleagues so they don't face the similar problem that I faced.
So Yash, what's your life journey? How from being zero you have reached up to this level where you are right now? So could you just briefly explain your life's journey from being zero and towards the Mercedes? I guess you're senior at somewhere a senior position in Mercedes, right? I've just read a bio about you on LinkedIn. So could you please just share briefly your life's journey? I'm very curious to know about it.
Yeah, many people are. So just to give a brief about, I didn't graduated from a IIT or an NIT. I graduated from a tier 3 college, right? But my tier 3 college was capable enough to give me a service based company, which was IBM. So I was recruited in IBM in the campus placement itself, and then I worked in IBM around 3 years. But around the 3 years, I have gained enough knowledge. I was working in different projects, and I was lucky enough, because all the projects which I've worked on were starting from scratch, right? There's a difference between a project which is starting from scratch and which is already in development. So I was lucky enough to be part of such amazing projects into my initial career, and then that particular experience of around 3 years let me grow. Because if I see my colleagues, they have worked on project for 3 years, but they were on in support. They haven't worked in a proper development. But I consider myself very lucky because I worked on a development, and that particular experience of 3 years helped me grow into my skill set. And when I tried to switch from a service based company to product based company, there was always a dream company called Mercedes in my mind. There is a long history with Mercedes in my family. My father had a Mercedes when I was a child, but he has to sell that Mercedes because of financial crisis. And I had that particular dream that whenever I become efficient, I'll always try to go into Mercedes because I want to fulfill his dream.
Wow.
So that was the history about it. I haven't told this about to anyone. Maybe you are the first person I'm telling this. So that is all about it, because I was having offers from different companies, but my vision was towards Mercedes only.
And you
So
are
that's
right
how it
now
is.
where your vision is. You have fulfilled your vision as well as mission, I can say. Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and now
such a
I'm
wonderful.
helping others.
You are. All right, Yash. So, just lastly, I can see from our chat that you have your abundant. If you put this question, what is abundant in your life? I can see you have gratefulness in your abundant already in your life. Right. Thanksgiving,
Thank
whatever you have already. So, just
you. Yeah.
lastly, anyone mantra you want to sum up with our session, that I am abundant, a positive mind affirmation. And it's already said that a life is a fool for the wise person, but a game for the fool. Right? Our life is a dream for the wise person, but a game for the fool. So, what's your mantra towards the life, and what you want to end up with our session, that I am abundant, a positive mind affirmation?
Yeah, so I think to answer that question, I would say many people nowadays, when we try to be positive, when you try to be out there, when you try to be helpful towards other person, there will always be criticism, because I also receive criticism all the time. I have my inbox filled with the criticism. Not a lot. There are some positive messages, but there will be always criticism. But a positive affirmation which you mentioned is always we have to keep in mind, because what you are doing and how many people you are influencing. Maybe 2% in 10 or maybe 20% in 100 will always try to push you down, but you always have to keep that positive mindset. And what your goal is to be bring positivity and happiness in their life, in other people's life. So you have to always ignore and just block those person who are trying to push you down. So
Yeah.
that's what I keep in mind, because people will judge you, because in the social media you might have always faced in your Instagram or LinkedIn, people will always judge you. They will always try to push you down, because they might not be in that position. So they always get that feeling of jealousy, and they try to push you down. But whatever you're doing and whatever the goal you have in your mind, you have to just stick to that and just keep growing. So that's the thing which I
Actually, you
have
remind me
in my
one
mind.
incident. I just got a message from on Instagram from one person. Ki Radhika, why you are doing this kind of podcast? There are many other podcasts already on the YouTube channel. So I was like,
Yeah,
I just gave him or her like one answer. It's my passion. Right.
correct. Yeah,
So, what to answer to them? There are always two sides of coin. One is positive, another one is negative. So, it's
correct,
very well defined. We need to stick towards the positive side, but we can't ignore the negative side, because it gives us the strength. कि मैं जितने भी
correct,
व्यूज आ रहे हैं एटलीस्ट वो व्यूज तो हैं, चाहे इट डजेंट मैटर आपके पास 100 व्यूज आ रहे हैं, 200 आ रहे हैं, 1000 आ रहे हैं, जो भी 100 लोग आपके
correct.
चैनल को देख रहे हैं, दे आर वर्दी देयर टाइम, राइट? तुम्हें कुछ सीखने को ही मिल रहा है, एटलीस्ट
Yeah,
1%. So why to see that
correct.
negative side? Because it gives us the strength to build that positive side more, right?
Correct. Yeah, you always have to look on the positive side. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Yash. So it's lovely talking to you, and we realize that I am abundant. We need to be blessed and grateful, and we are already grateful. But whatever we are having, we need to praise our lives, and we need to celebrate our life with each and every day it passes by, because life is totally uncertain. It's a matter of chance, no matter how when our life ends. So it's better to celebrate our life, right?
Correct. Correct. Absolutely correct.
Thank you, Yash. Thank you. It's so wonderful to talk with you.
Thank you. Pleasure was all mine.